Welcome back. So today I'm going to do another Namebase video. This one's going to be about kind of getting a name, different ways of kind of interacting with Namebase in general, things I learned while using it that'd be really great to just know going into it. So it's really easy to create an account on Namebase. I've already kind of created mine, so I won't really show you guys that. But you use an email and a password, and you're in. So it's very convenient, not tons of information at that point. What you want to know if you're in the United States is that there are, I was looking for it here, I thought there was a part that went over it, but I can try to summarize it. In the United States, if you want to add money to your Namebase account, go ahead and do that, and I'll show you in a second. You can do it with your bank account, so with dollars, which is what I did, and that was here, right? So I deposited, and my bank account is connected, and I would transfer dollars to my Namebase account. So that's really convenient. But you can also buy Handshake using your Bitcoin, right? So transferring Bitcoin directly. If you don't want to connect your bank account, you can use Bitcoin. So that is done here. So you will say how much Bitcoin you want, which will translate to X amount of HNS. You'll put the wallet that it's kind of coming from, and then that will transfer. I've done it in the past. However, I just find USD to be easier right now. So once it's in here, right, which I have a little bit here. Once it's in here, you can buy names, or you can try to mint a name. So minting a name means creating a name that the blockchain hasn't seen before, right? When you mint that name, it's a name that hasn't been around. You essentially search for it, and then you start an auction for that name. When you buy a name, it's already gone through that process. Somebody's already thought of it. They started an auction. Somebody inevitably won that auction, and they've decided to put it up for sale. And you've come in with the appropriate amount of HNS to purchase it. So now you're the owner of that name. And that's the difference. Why does this matter? Well, buying a name can be competitive because you have market price, right? So for example, anything meta related right now, due to the change of Facebook's kind of whole image, is in high demand. So if you want to buy a name, it can be a little pricey, and you have to find the owner. Variations of it, you might have to settle on a variation. If you want to mint a name, that's all great, but you're going to need to get some HNS, and you're going to need to learn kind of this auction process. So that happens here. I'm going to do my best. Let's do my best. Great. So as I hoped, it's kind of an odd enough name that nobody has ever looked for it. We're actually the only unique viewer to ever look for it on Namebase, and definitely nobody has minted it before. So let's go ahead and try to win this auction, or at least start it. It takes a little while for these auctions to end. I'll explain as we go along. I want to start this, and I'm probably just going to start it with one. The reason being, when you bid on a name, you can do two things. You can bid a valid bid, which I did, and so it's in my lockup amount. You can also add a blind, which adds to my lockup amount. Lockup is what other people are going to see when they see this name up for auction. It doesn't necessarily mean it's my true valid bid. My true valid bid was up here. So I'm really putting one on the line for this name. The other one is there as a scare tactic to make it look like I have a higher bid. I'm masking my bid. What's the benefit of masking my bid? The benefit of masking your bid is that when the auction ends, it goes into this reveal period here. And in that reveal period, you have to wait for about a week while the blockchain essentially sorts out the details of your auction, verifies who really won, and everybody has to also reveal their true bids. So as that gets sorted out, you have this time in which all your HNS for that auction is tied up in the blockchain. Anything that was a blind is given back to you the second moment that this reveal period begins. So you get that liquidity back, and you might be using it for other things, what have you, right? So that's the benefit. The other interesting kind of nuance to these auctions is that the highest bidder will win, but they will not pay the highest price. They will pay the second highest price that was shown. Why? Well, because you have this kind of game theory dynamic with the blinds and the true bids going on, and then you want people to kind of be honest with what they're willing to put. So people will obviously bid aggressively enough to win, but by how much will they win, right? So it can be interesting. You can see some people try to discourage a name right off the bat with 1,000 HNS, right? But different game theory going on. You'll learn slowly. I definitely recommend not trying to deploy all your HNS on your first couple auctions. You're going to learn a thing or two, probably. I'm going to go ahead and try this one and get it started. So mining fee is going to be on there, which goes to the blockchain. It's not very much, so we'll go ahead and just place the bid here. Great. So now I should see that there's a bid. There is 1 HNS, and then there's 1 HNS blind, but the lockup is 2. And the lockup is ultimately what others will see. When others place bids here, if they did, I would only see their lockup amount, right? So that's that. And Johnny Wu makes a really good video on this. He is one of the directors of Handshake, works at Namebase. So I highly encourage you guys to check that video out. Other things to know about this, earning HNS, this is actually something you can do right down below. I'm going to put this link down there. If you are referred, you can, whenever you buy any HNS, you'll be kind of compensated some extra HNS. They're running different promotions, different times. Check them out. If I get some HNS, cool. Ultimately, just kind of trying to share. Namebase is what I found to be the easiest, most user-friendly bridge kind of to get newcomers onto Handshake. So that's it. I have a great interview with Taeshun. If you want to check that out, you can go ahead and see that on the channel as well. Well, as always, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. If you can hit like or subscribe, that would be cool. And I look forward to creating more content for you guys. Please use the comments. I definitely read them. Thanks.